The Barnes House, built in 1849 by cabinet maker Melzor Turner, was located on Okemos Road, just south of the old Grand River Road, which is now Hamilton Road. The building is historically significant as it's the first frame house ever constructed in the village of Okemos.
This building itself is particularly important to the history of the village of Okemos, because when the settlers, the pioneers, first came into this area, of course the only materials available to them to build their houses, their stores, their saloons, even their hotels, were the logs from the trees. So everything was built as a log house or a log building until Melzor Turner came through this area. He located on property which is currently at the corner of Okemos Road and Hamilton Road. And what he did was, because he had the skills as a finished carpenter, and by that time, late 1840s, we actually had a sawmill here in the village. So he was able to take the wood that had been milled and planed, and he built the very first house in the village of Okemos that was constructed as a frame house with siding. And so that's why this is important, because everything prior to this building was built out of logs.
In 1997, the Barnes House was slated for demolition in order to allow for the construction of a right turn lane at the corner of Okemos and Hamilton Roads. But the Barnes House still stands today after being relocated to the Meridian Historical Village.
Well, like all of the buildings really in this village, it was the Friends of Historic Meridian who had identified the Barnes House as a significant historical building here in the area. And so when we learned that the Ingham County Road Commission needed to widen Okemos Road in order to allow for better turns, they added a turn lane there from Okemos onto Hamilton Road, they were going to have to tear down two buildings. They were going to have to tear down the long, skinny building at the corner, which was the old Doc Breckenridge medical house. And then they would also have to tear down the old Barnes House Inn and Tavern that was located just south of there. Well, when the Friends heard about that, they said, wait a minute, this is the first frame house ever built in the village of Okemos. We need to do whatever we can to save that house. And so we worked with the Ingham County Road Commission so that they donated the house. And then we had to work with the local businesses to come up with enough money to actually have it excavated and raised up on a flatbed truck and moved over here into the village. And so local Okemos businesses really stepped up and contributed money to help us, and even the students at Central Elementary. The building today is multifold. We use it as an interpretive building so that people can see what it was like to be in an old inn and tavern. This is the tavern room where we set things up for people to have meals. This is the only building in the village that actually has a functioning kitchen. So it allows us to hold birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, private events, and so on here in the building. And then, of course, the upstairs is set up so that you can see what it was like to stay overnight in an old-fashioned inn.